Hi everyone. I know a few people, or more than a few people, are kind of struggling with this leaf assignment that we're doing in class. So I figured instead of just showing you the finished product, I'll make a process video of how I did it from start to finish. So first you would start by just drawing the leaf. Now we want it to be kind of a big drawing. So the reason I'm making this big oval here is to kind of place where I want it. I know this is not an oval, but that's kind of the bigger shape of it. Here's the stem. I've noticed a lot of you, when you draw, you just kind of, maybe start here and then you just make one line all the way across. That is one way to draw, but I think sketching it works out a lot better. So now I know this circle is the middle of my leaf right here. So now I'm just gonna branch out from the circle. And I even might go a step further actually and say, there's triangles here and here. Here's a triangle. Here's another one. And another one. Then from here, this looks like a sloppy mess, doesn't it? I'm drawing lightly so I could erase it later. So now I'm gonna go back and actually put the details. So like you add where all these little bumps are. And the great thing about a pencil is I could just always go back and erase it. You're never really stuck to one thing, Try not to get too discouraged. So let me do a time lapse now. Now, once you finish the drawing, you're gonna start coloring. And I brought these Crayolas from school. So you can see I'm not using any special colored pencils. These are just the same ones you have, the Crayolas. And I put a lot of, not too much, but I put a lot of detail into this so it'll make it easier for me to go back and color. Like I keep saying, this is your map, this is your plan for how you're gonna color it. I also made an example of one without detail. This is gonna be kind of hard to figure out where everything goes, don't you think? I think the lines and the details make it much easier. So what I like to do, now you do not have to do it this way, but I think it makes it so much easier when you go by sections. So I printed mine out. You can just zoom in on your computer in the picture. But these lines, so here's a line right here. I'm gonna work in this section right here, because looking at this whole picture makes it very overwhelming, right? Like, whoa, how am I gonna draw that leaf? But when you zoom in on a section, just to focus on that one section, it makes it so much easier. So the first color I'm gonna go in with is this yellow here, because if yellow needs to go into a space, you have to put that first. If you put red here first, it's gonna be very hard to put yellow back on top of it. Another thing with yellow, you see this line here is yellow. So I'm gonna erase my line a little bit that I drew. This way I won't see it through my coloring, but I know it's there. So I'm gonna put that line there before I forget it. And remember, I'm just focusing on this section right here. So my first layer is pretty light, and this is just, you know, in case you mess up or in case you make a mistake. You could always erase it or go over it, overlap it. Now next to the yellow, actually I'm not done because I see a little yellow line coming out of here. You'd be surprised at how much detail can change your picture if you pay attention to the detail. Now I see some little reddish orange blotches. I'm going to go in very light layering. This is our first layer. And I'm not afraid to go into the yellow with the orange or the red orange, because I know I'm going to go over it with another color anyways. Now I see some green, and I actually see a little bit of yellow up here at the top. So before I do my green, I'll put more yellow up here. So this is just a lot of paying attention to detail, and really looking at every single color you see in the leaf. That's why I love this project, because there's so many different colors. Now, see, I almost went over here. I was kind of tempted, but I know I'm just focusing on this section right now, so I'm gonna stick to this section. I see a little yellow in here, and yellow sometimes brightens up, especially green. Makes the green look much brighter. I'm overlapping. I'm putting the light green on top of the yellow, because that's what I see over here. And now I see some brown kind of outlining it. So I'm going to go in with my brown. Where else? Brown's also up here. So like I said, once you have your map, all your lines and stuff, you're kind of just filling in where you see every color, and it just kind of makes itself for you. And it might not look exactly like this, that's fine. We're not trying to be a photocopier. We're just trying to make some art. Now when I mix the orange in there, it gets, with the yellow, it gets to be a brighter orange. What else? I see a bit more in here. I see some kind of brown. First, I'm gonna put the green. And then I see some brown going in. I think the red looks a little deeper in the picture, so now I'm going to start going in with the harder pressure. I'm pressing down harder on the pencil. And notice I keep my pencil, I'm using the side of the tip. I'm not holding it like I'm writing. I'm using the side. I see some more green. I'm gonna use hard pressure over here to make this green show up a little more. So it's just a bunch, it's kind of just like playing with the colored pencils. Like before I went in, I kind of knew what I was gonna do, but once you start doing the art, it just kind of flows. Try not to think too much about it. So now you either have a white or a blender pencil. You could use that to blend it. Also, if you put paper underneath your drawing, I think it makes it a little smoother. Because I noticed I was getting my table marks here. So now I'm gonna put paper to make it a little bit smoother. And the white, I think, made it a little bit too milky, kind of more white than I wanted it to be. So I will go back now with the red. So this is not gonna take you one class period. Even if your leaf is full yellow, I'm sure there's more browns and greens than you realize. Or maybe some purple, complementary color shadows, right? So I'll finish this with you guys in class. And thanks for watching.